Hi, I'm Charles, and welcome to part 21 of the OpenSCAD video series. In this part, we're going to learn how to use and include pre-written OpenSCAD files. Let's get started. So to begin, we probably should write an SCAD file. We're going to first start off by writing a module. And as you might be able to see from the title, we're just going to create a simple module that creates a hole in a sphere. So we'll have two variables, one for the diameter of the sphere and one for the diameter of the hole or the cylinder. So we will do a difference, and first we need to make our sphere. So the diameter is equal to V1, and we'll give it an FN value of 100. And the cylinder, it will have a diameter of V2 and FN value of 100, a height of V1 plus 1, and the center will be true. Okay, so this is our module. Should be good to go. Let's test it out. Actually, let's give it a default. So we'll say the default diameter for the sphere is 10, and the default diameter for the cylinder is 5. So 5, make sure it's okay, and we can now use our shape. So shape, and it has default values, so we can just press F5, and there we go. There's our shape. Awesome. So it kind of looks like a pitted olive or a napkin ring holder. But yeah, so we have our shape. Let me make this larger so it can be seen better. Okay, there we go. So we can change the variables. Yep. So we know how to use this because we've made the module. Let's stick with 5. Let's stick with the default. We'll just take it to the default. So there's our shape. We want to save our file, and let me just show you where I'm saving it. Save as. It's not here. It is in other. Sphere with hole.scad. Save. Replace that, and it's there. So, yeah, so now we want to use this in other parts, like other files that we'll write. And we don't necessarily want to redo the whole module, because maybe in certain cases the modules might be really long, or the functions might be really long. So we have this saved, so now we're going to, oh boy, we're going to go work with the other file. So now we have our other file, and if we try to just use shape, it doesn't know what it is. So we need to use a function to get it in here. So we need to make sure this is saved in the right place. Save. Yes. And probably want to get rid of this because this is in the wrong place. Not sure why it's doing that, but there we go. That's in the right place now. So to include it, we type include, and we use the less than and greater than symbols. And then we go to properties of the file we want to include, and copy the path, just like with importing. Paste it. Now notice that we don't use quotation marks. There are no quotation marks here. and we use a slash, and we copy the name as well. And so this should work. Yes, and we get our shape, which is great. Now notice that this sphere with hole. This is our imported one. So notice that we get a shape here because there's a shape already defined in this one, in the sphere with hole. So if we don't want this shape, then we have to use a different statement. And the reason we get this shape is because it's include. So when you use the include statement, you get all the modules and functions as well as all the shapes that are declared, like if you made cubes or spheres or shapes or different modules and variables as well. So if you made any of those things in the code that you're bringing in using the include statement, it all comes over to here. But if you use the use statement, then only the functions and modules come over, and none of the code that you've written. So use disappears, our shape disappears, use makes our shape disappear, but we can still use the shape that we've created. So if I just do shape, and it comes back, because that's the default, and we can use it as we normally do. V2 equals 10. And yeah, that's more or less it. I'll just demonstrate. So if you have a variable defined here, let's say a equals 1. So if I did echo a here, it's not going to know what a is because we're using the use statement. But if we use the include statement, should know what a is. Include. Oh, I didn't save this one. So this has to be saved. Here we go. Yeah, there we go. So now it knows what it is, and we should have 2. Yes, because we defined a shape here, and there's a shape defined here. And so I'm pretty sure this one's in the middle, and this one's on the outside, because everything from this code copied over to here. You can also change the a variable. So say a equals 5, and then a equals 5. If we don't change it, you'll see it's just 1 as it was in this file. So you have to decide what you need depending on how you're using your files. So you might want to use include, or you might want to use. So it completely depends what you're going for. I think usually you might want to use the use function, just so that you know exactly what you're working with and you don't have to keep referencing other files. A does not exist, so there we go. And we have our shape. So that's mostly it for use and include. It's fairly straightforward. With use, you just get the functions and modules, and with include, you get everything. So that's mostly it. It's just important for coherent coding and using other people's code if you don't want to copy and paste it all into your file, which of course you could do. Yeah, so I think that's it. So thank you for watching, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one.